Welcome back to Retrothon 2022, guys. We have N0ne20ne versus March, two very prominent glitchless runners gonna go at it. I'm JoeyBaby69. I have my commentator with me, Supersonic. How you doing, my friend?
Yo, doing pretty good. You know, just hot on the heels after that Sonic 1 All Emeralds run. So we're just pretty much moseying on over here into Sonic 2 with some glitchless action.
Yeah, we've been on the I see you've been on the Retrothon gauntlet for the past week. That Sonic 1 run was like your 5th run of the week so far.
Yeah, 5 out of 6. So we got one more in about a couple games after this. So running the gauntlet.
Yeah, so Sonic 2 glitches is a pretty interesting category, especially nowadays where I say at a point like glitchless and glitch, there weren't too many differences outside of Metropolis, because Metropolis and glitch is a stage that's just completely skipped the whole way through. But glitches, you can actually see way more of the game, and you can see a bunch of different strats being utilized for a time save that glitch wouldn't allow you to see. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, and especially with like the recent developments that we've been seeing lately with glitched. But on top of that, with glitchless, we won't be seeing any of these glitches at all. And there are like some stages that many people are pretty like familiar with in terms of like doing zips and level wraps and such. But we're going to be seeing pretty much the whole levels in like Oil Ocean 2, all of Metropolis, and even Wing Fortress. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what happens here.
Yeah, absolutely. And I say like glitchless itself has been getting a lot of attention recently because of just a bunch of more I guess more streamlined rulings for the glitchless category, and you know, a lot of stuff that kind of didn't make sense of why it was in glitchless. Like there was for the longest time you can clip into a flipper in Casino Night that was allowed in glitchless, but that recently been stated that it shouldn't be allowed. So I don't know, a lot of people are more into trying to like get a run in glitchless now. Like it just made more sense for people to like things that didn't seem like it should be in glitchless, but hey, now we have it's more clarified, and there's been a lot more attention in glitchless for the past month or so.
Yeah, and especially with Chemical Plant 2 as well, because usually you would use tails to manipulate the door opening up, but in case you end up missing it, like you can't really do the spin dash to get the door to open because that is considered a glitch. So you pretty much have like one shot of getting that. Otherwise, you probably have to take an intentional death to try it again, which is probably the main reason why we're going to see tails in this run anyway. Just for instances like that, and possibly maybe like cleaner boss fights for like Metro 3 or something. Yeah,
for sure. So this run is still absolutely like it could be quite the difficult task. A lot of things that glitchless glitch doesn't have to worry about is doing one cycle Wing Fortress boss fight. That's a really tough one to do. And just Metro 3 entirely is such a daunting stage just to get through cleanly.
Yeah, you're gonna probably be there for either like just barely under 2 minutes or slightly over 2 minutes, depending on how things go in that stage.
Oh, looks like we're on our way. So not much different compared to glitch and glitchless for Emerald Hill. We're gonna just try to get a clean I guess we're all just trying to like truck our way through this stage.
Yeah, it seems like spin dashing is a little impossible in this game, as we're seeing in N0ne and March's screens here.
Yeah, N0ne having a little trouble with Emerald 1 here. There's always some problems with Emerald Hill, like because everyone's so used to resetting if one small thing goes wrong, so no one knows how to really deal with it if it goes wrong, and they have to continue.
Oh man, getting some straight jumps in there.
Yeah. N0ne losing the speed shoes along the way and having the speed cap. 24 for March, 41 for N0ne. That's quite the brutal take, but it's really early on. Anything can happen.
Yeah, it's fairly early in the stage. Also, as you noticed there, like the time bonuses as well. Like if you get like under 30 seconds, you get 50,000 points. But since N0ne finished around 41, he got a much smaller time bonus, which would normally come into play when it comes to like timing like an in-game time or if you're doing like RTA minus TBC. But in this case, like it doesn't really matter. Like they can pretty much do RTA strats if they feel like they need to do it.
Yeah, the community generally takes IGT into account rather than RTA. I mean, we're not timing this in IGT or anything like that, but yeah, and for marathons, at least for a casual perspective, being really faster is being slower sometimes because of the 50,000 point time bonus that you get for beating a stage less than 30 seconds. So N0ne did get a relatively decent time save just for getting his 41. So for just from that alone, he's not too far behind March.
All right, so now we see Chemical Plant Act 1. You can actually catch a cycle from that those block platforms. Saves roughly about what, maybe 2 or 3 seconds.
Yeah,
depending.
2 seconds is a pretty tight window. Your spin dash just have to be on point, but relatively clean Chemical 1 for both players here. N0ne getting an extra second off March, getting much closer there.
Yeah, so even though it seemed like that they were pretty far apart after Emerald 1, like they just pretty much got neck to neck fairly quickly there.
Bless N0ne's 10k time bonus, but I believe with IGT, March still has a relatively decent lead. But here we have Chemical Plant 2. They're gonna do a manipulation using tails to get the door to open up on the other side, and that actually tricks the game to give him it'll make the game think that he's from the other side, so the door will just open automatically. And when Sonic goes through, he gets a path swap. He triggers a path swap so he can go to an alternative route that normally would take an extra 20 seconds to get to that point. Ooh, N0ne falling to the bottom. He's gonna just take a death here, I see.
Oh no.
I actually did not see what happened there.
So I think what might have happened while they were trying to go through that loop, there was like a section where it makes Sonic pretty much go upright instead of a ball form.
Huh.
So they probably got caught in that and they weren't able to go through the loop completely.
I think N0ne's stuck in the bottom path. He had a checkpoint leading him here. I'm actually not even sure what happened.
Yeah,
Wait,
he got that checkpoint. Yeah, at least March made it out of Chemical Plant 2 there. I'm not sure if N0ne's familiar with this bottom section.
I don't think no runner is, to be honest.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, I guess we're taking. Oh yeah, so N0ne's gonna have to make a jump up to the top path here.
Yeah,
so this route is very familiar for like Mania, because this is a general path people can take here. But yeah, have to take the long way over. But now we're getting to the boss fight. We're back in business, baby.
Yeah,
Mark is on his way out of Aquatic 1, or try to get through his way through Aquatic 1.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's a bit of a struggle right now, but still early in the game. Anything can still happen here.
Yeah, March did get a 39 Aquatic 1, which I wouldn't say it's a time that March is relatively happy with. So N0ne can get some time back, ever so slightly. So I believe March will try for a coin flip here. He'll try to get a bounce. Ooh, missing the jump there just a little early on. Yeah, he's gonna go for a coin flip. So with a really precise bit of movement, does get a slow method of it, but did get up there. Using precise positioning and speed, you can have that ground flipper to shoot you straight up to the top route. And it saves you a couple of seconds in taking the bottom.
All right, he's got to be careful not to get the frame perfect hit here. That is also considered a glitch in this category, even though it is pretty helpful and glitched.
Yeah, there's a frame perfect kill you can get on Robotnik that skips an exploding animation, and that would void a glitchless run. It almost looked like March was getting it, but I guess just getting an optimal late hit for the last hit there.
Yeah.
So I did see N0ne get a 22 Aquatic 1, which will save him like around 15 seconds from March, because March had a quite unfortunate Aquatic 1. N0ne getting the coin flip, that's really nice. Both double coin flip.
Yeah, that was actually an interesting setup that N0ne did there to get the coin flip.
All right, so March is gonna have to take a slower path here. No, okay, he's still good, but he's gonna lose species along the way, so he's gonna have to just take a backup. He's gonna try to use the flipper. Oh, unfortunate bumpers here.
Those bumpers are so trolly.
Yeah, but thankfully March didn't fall bottom route early on. Bottom route in Casino 1 is such a bad route to take. You want to stay on top at all times. 42 for March.
Yeah, and as Joey mentioned earlier about the flipper clips, it is possible to do flipper clip in this stage as well as in Act 2. So he decided to take a different route in order to avoid that altogether, which is doesn't really cost too much time, but it's still relatively faster anyway.
See if N0ne can shave some time back for March's Casino 1. If you can stay in top half relatively cleanly. Oh, got through the block. That's a really good sign. Oh, really nice Casino 1.
Don't clip here.
Okay, yeah. Instead of clipping through the flipper, he just decided to just squeeze between the bumper and the flipper. Really nicely done. 29.
Yeah, usually around like 20, 28, 29 is a good time to get in Casino 1 in the glitchless route.
Yeah, I think in a marathon setting, getting any kind of sub 30 is a time you would not be complaining about.
Yeah. All right, now we see March handling the boss fight here. He's taking some safety bounces off the bumper to maintain his ball form, so he can just get those various bounces on Robotnik. You can actually get all the bounces on Robotnik in one go, but if you don't have like a pretty good setup, then there's always like an alternative you can do.
Yeah. March having the March X falling down, but getting up relatively cleanly.
All right, so we're gonna focus on March's screen for a little bit here since he's in Hilltop currently. And normally there would be some glitches you would pull off in this stage, but there's just gonna be a slight deviation in the route in order to avoid that altogether. It doesn't cost too much time, but it's a pretty interesting route nonetheless.
Yeah, maybe a little small 5+ second deviation. I mean, I guess depends on what glitch route you take. But yeah, instead of March going inside of the lava, which normally is what the glitch route takes, I was gonna take a path to the loop, gonna come down to the cave section of the intended way, and just drop down to the bottom of this this cave section and just head right.
Yeah, meanwhile, N0ne just finishing up Casino Night 2 with a 104. Pretty good time in general. March barely squeezing through the lava section there.
Yeah, there's a really precise section you can do there. If you squeeze through that lava and the cave at the wrong time, it can actually crush death you, which is really rare. It has to be like an extremely precise spin dash speed there at the wrong time, and that's like a pretty brutal death because I believe there isn't even a checkpoint you bypass, or at least in glitch. I think the cave is a checkpoint along the way, so I guess you grab that. But yeah, that's a pretty unfortunate death if that's taken.
Yeah, now we see March unfortunately not going to be catching this cycle here due to some mishaps early in the stage. So he's going to have to wait for these platform cycles to pretty much get back into gear. Missing the dash.
Another cycle there for March.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think March should just take it safe, just wait till the platform goes all the way up and just go right over. I was about to say, like, oh, unfortunate. Yeah, that piston makes zero sense. If you go through it fast enough, sometimes the game will just eject you to the left or right and you get hit by the lava, despite you clearly landing right on it. It's a really annoying way to lose time there.
Yeah. All right, at least March is gonna head out of Hilltop here, going into Mystic Cave. Meanwhile, N0ne is just about halfway through. He's approaching the boss fight very shortly.
Lands on the platform. Well, I don't think he was landing on it at all, but no lost time compared to March. So the both gotten hit there.
Yeah, and there's also like a very rare instance where you can actually like hard lock like in that section of Hilltop too. But thankfully it didn't happen to any of these guys.
It's a really clean Mystic Cave so far. There's a really Oh, he's going for the box X, I see. Oh no! Okay, so what March tried to go for is you can save a nice precious second if you just make a precise jump under the box, and you can just squeeze right through it without having to go right over it. But that's clearly the risk. You either save a second or you lose 20 plus. I'm actually surprised he went for it, but I'm also proud that he went for it. I was going for it again. Oh, that's the risk. N0ne didn't get the trick, but he didn't die for it. So all of a sudden, N0ne gets the lead now, at least in terms of RTA.
Yeah, that is I think the second death was pretty big there for March. After missing the box X strat, is he gonna go for it again? No, he's not.
He's just gonna bail on it. Yeah, I mean, it could be really tempting when you feel like you've got it under control, but man, does it feel really bad missing a trick just for 1 second?
Yeah, I'm definitely sure he's not going to be really happy about that, but at least he gets through the third time with a 37 and missed a cave 1.
Yeah, but you know, all of a sudden, at least for RTA standards, N0ne has the lead by a pretty substantial amount, like around 20-ish seconds.
All right, N0ne is about to approach the boss fight here. All right, we're gonna see. We're just gonna see him getting a lot of hits and then just kind of be inside the hitbox, even though the drills are right there.
Yeah, so good. Ooh, March gaining the big jump in Mystic 2, which N0ne did not, so that will save a nice chunk of time. Although we haven't gotten to the worst part of the run, at least from what I've been told from some people. We haven't gotten to Metro yet, nor Oil Ocean. So yeah, anything can change from those stages.
There we go. Nice 42 from March at the end of Mystic Cave 2.
So the general route for Oil Ocean is, instead of playing the stage, you know, going through like the level platforming from the top of the oil, you want to just sink right up through it, because there's openings on the bottom of the level where you can just spin dash through, but you have to time your jumps in a way. Oh, N0ne, because there's a death plane right below it, so you have to time your jumps so you avoid touching that death plane, and N0ne showing off the worst case scenario of that stage.
And just like that, they're pretty much
they're like now. March is like a good second or so behind. Oh, there we go. Now that's what we like to see. March is you know taking the slower way through, but didn't die. That's what counts. Yeah, so all of a sudden they're just not even that far apart. Like a good 3 to 4 second difference.
Yeah, roughly. So N0ne finishing with a 34 there, and March with a 44. But on top of that, we got the death from N0ne in about halfway through Oil Ocean 1. So now heading into Oil Ocean 2, we're going to be seeing the glitchless route here. Normally we would see like this pseudo supersonic kind of form, but in this case we're not going to be seeing that. We're going to be taking this route here. It's going to go for a spin dash, hope to land onto this launcher, which he does not, but that's okay. It's only about 1 or 2 seconds lost. Not a big deal. And then from this section, there's going to be a hidden spring. And then he'll grab these speed shoes and he'll carry that all the way to the end of the stage here. And I believe N0ne will probably pick up the invincibility just for safety for the boss fight, and also to get the 1 cycle. Oh, he's not going to go for the invincibility.
I'm just going right through it. Maybe he just knows that. Oh, that looks a little scuffed. Maybe he can still save it. No,
just misses it. So
March didn't get invincibility neither. Maybe he'll clutch out the kill. Oh, March got it. So missing a cycle there, it's a roughly 20-second time loss. So March keeping his, I think taking back the lead from N0ne here.
Yeah,
like a substantial amount of time.
All right, now here we go, Metropolis. So I think the beginning part is slightly simple, like even though the new thing is found and glitched, but before that big thing was found, you would pretty much take this pathway here.
Yeah.
And then there was that piston clip that you can do and then just set up a mini zip. But in this case, we're going to be taking these, I guess they're yellow springs or bumpers or something like that. So we're going to have March wait for Tails there so he can get extra speed going up the nut here. And then on the second nut, it's going to just run up here. And then he's going to continue going up this top route. And then normally, like English, we will see like a screen wrap, which is a vertical wrap. And this stage is infinitely vertical in general. So if you were to set up for that vertical wrap there, you can pretty much send Sonic pretty much in the spot that he's in, but he can pretty much phase through objects.
March took a really unfortunate fall in Metro there. He was climbing through it and he just missed the nut landing going upwards. So now all of a sudden, N0ne is getting back the lead, or he already has the lead actually.
Oh man. Bit of a tough break for March there, like in the middle of Metro 1. But we're going to see how the platforming plays out in Metro 2, because it's quite the doozy.
Yeah, that's definitely not Metro 1. March would be happy of getting in almost any other circumstance. But yeah, like, N0ne taking it right back. But Metro 2 can easily change that, or probably Metro 3.
All right, N0ne kind of going a little bit to the left side there. You can actually get a pretty good bounce to avoid that that slicer there. But there are also instances in which you can take damage, but it doesn't cost too much time from taking the damage there. We're going to see if N0ne can catch this cycle. He got a little bit caught up on that gear there, but we're going to see if March can get it. March does get that. We got pretty good jumps there. It's pretty much on N0ne's heels at the moment.
Yeah, N0ne missing the platform above, so have to just climb up from the right side, just get up there faster. N0ne falling to the bottom there. March has the lead right back. N0ne struggling getting himself back up there.
Oh man, this
now the race is for Marches now.
A seesaw race currently between March and N0ne, which, by the way, we haven't really mentioned this earlier, but their PVs are pretty close together in terms of in-game time. March currently has an 1846 in-game time, and N0ne has a 1910. So there's roughly about what, like 26 seconds, I believe. I can't do math right now, but
yeah, not too far off. But yeah. N0ne taking that fall gives March the lead once again. I think this is like the third act in the row that they just were in different placements out leaving the stage. Maybe Metro 3 will do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Because I believe I've heard people the harder stage at the 3.
Yeah, Act 3 is definitely a lot harder. I don't think... Oh, what is Tails doing? I'm not sure if either of them are going to get the early cycle here, but they should get the second cycle fairly easily. Oh, but March is getting...
Okay, March got up there at least.
Unfortunately, N0ne wasn't able to get up there because of taking a hit. So now things are getting a lot more... Oh, I don't think March wanted to fall there, but...
Yeah, this is glitchless territory that I'm not used to, so I would take your word for it that that's not a good path.
Yeah, we want to see the path that N0ne is taking currently. This section here, I'm actually not too sure what March can do, but...
So what you're implying is the lead change happened again.
Yeah, pretty much.
Jeez Louise.
Okay, March is back on track. So at least he was able to get back onto the glitchless route here. N0ne, meanwhile, he has Tails floating around. He may want to drop him at this elevator here. He's going to try to set up for a spin dash jump to land on this nut. I think he jumped a little bit too late there, but you can actually get a lot of speed heading onto that nut. And you would pretty much be able to travel up like 3 times as fast that they're going right now. Oh, March almost had it.
Yeah, Tails just did not come with him. Oh, can he not make it back up there? Oh, he's gonna just go right back.
He's gonna have to reset it back up again.
There we go. That's a little extra time loss for March, but the March wasn't too far behind N0ne when he got to the nut himself. So I say more or less a 20-second difference at the moment.
Yeah. Now we're gonna see the infamous boss fight of Metro 3. So it looks like N0ne is gonna get the 3-3-2 cycle here.
Yeah, really nice 3-3-2. I see March is trying for the 1 cycle here. It looks like Tails jumping a little too early there, missing the 3rd hit to keep Robotnik locked down. But this looks like a 3-4-1. Oh no, 3-3-2. March almost got another cheeky hit there, but does get a 3-3-2 himself.
Not too shabby.
Yeah, the amount of back and forths that's happened, they're pretty neck and neck. Wing Fortress boss fight, like hello, that can lose you a couple of seconds if not more potentially. Depends how safe you want to play it. If rings are starting to be a little hard to manage.
Yeah, now that we see both of them are in Sky Chase, it is a 2-minute and 6-second or 2-minute and 5-second auto scroller. Pretty much just standing on the top left for about 50 seconds and then just kind of hoping to not die anywhere.
Yeah, the stage is like a 206. I mean, I don't think anyone's gonna go for a 205. And honestly, like the difference of a 206 and a 205 and RTA is like frames. It's like it's hardly a big deal.
Yeah. But just like that, I mean, they're not that far apart after all the blunders that happened throughout the race so far. I mean, this is a fairly close race heading into the ending portion of the game.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Wing Fortresses in my day, but yeah, Wing Fortress can be a really bad stage sometimes, so hopefully that doesn't happen.
Yeah. And I believe both of these runners are on the Sonic Classics cart. I see N0ne setting up for a spin dash.
Yeah, so for glitchless, well, yeah, for glitches, the main benefit of playing on the classic compilation cartridge is that falling off the plane in a Sky Chase is pretty much impossible. You just stick to the plane without any risk of falling off of it. Has more applications for glitched, for it being possible to get a slope glitch in Wing Fortress, but obviously we won't see that in glitched.
Yeah. N0ne was kind of fooling around there. Thought he was gonna die since he had 0 rings.
Yeah, he was dancing with the Batniks there. I was wondering like if he was just being funny or was that a situation he probably had his heart stop for. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We got all focused to N0ne going through Wing Fortress. Gonna go through the platform section here. No slope glitch for us.
Nope.
Yeah, so these platforms are powered on cycle. So depending on like just at what point you get to these this part of Wing Fortress could like determine on its positioning. Really clean jump by N0ne.
All right, here we go with the boss fights. Yeah, this fight in glitch can be done fairly quickly, but in glitchless you have to pretty much jump off these small, like spiky platforms, and you can still manage to get some hits on the side of the boss when the laser's shooting.
Oh, no rings for? Oh no, okay, we're good.
Yeah, he's fine.
I thought there was like more hits than that. But yeah, March is the boss himself.
Yeah, so as you can see, oh dear, March is having a little bit of trouble with the fight.
Oh no, there's no rings at all now.
So what is March gonna do here?
Yeah, just gonna play it safe. Just wait it out till the next opening appears.
So this will be a 3 cycle for March. It is possible to get a 1 cycle boss skill in this fight, but it is very like tight in terms of movement. Yeah, I think the most I've seen was like a 7-1. So.
So the final hurdle here is Death Egg. Death Egg Robot is incredibly infamous of killing any run at any pace at any time. No checkpoints, no rings at any point. If you take a death to the robot, it's already a guaranteed 30+ second time loss. Or soft locking in Silver Sonic if you kill him at the wrong time.
Yes.
To be had.
very crucial section, and we do see that N0ne did play a little bit safe there to avoid the soft lock or possibly a hard lock as well.
Yeah, that was like the most delayed leap I've ever seen in when silver, but hey, if it means not soft locking, we take those.
Yeah, exactly.
So see like a 9-3 or 10.
Oh, he takes a death.
That's a 30. March is in the lead now, if barely.
Oh my god, what can happen here?
Okay, well, all eyes on March. No, okay, no soft lock, please. Okay.
Okay, good.
Bigger leaps there. No soft lock for N0ne. All right. What you got for us, March?
Let's see. This will decide it here.
Yeah. I like this. This is like a 9-3 for March. Ooh, that's cutting in close with the fire there. But yeah, that's a 9-3. I think a 9-3 for N0ne as well.
Yeah. Oh, that was
10-2. I wasn't paying attention. I actually can't count how many times the lead has been changed so often.
And that's time for both.
That's one hell of a race. Holy hell. GG's for N0ne in March.
Yeah, I think that was roughly what, anywhere between 2 to 4 seconds there.
More or less. Like, okay, so like, so N0ne lost like 17 plus seconds in Emerald 1, and like March had a substantial lead, and then some funny business happened as well for March later on, and they were kind of neck and neck more or less in the mid game. And as soon as we got to Oil 1, I don't think we've had a lead change go back and forth as often until we got to that point. The lead wasn't stuck until like didn't stay for longer than 2 acts. It just was back and forth continuously.
Yeah, just ever since they got to like Metro, and then just things went back and forth between the two, and then some crucial deaths here and there. But man, that was that's quite the race that we would expect from these two runners here, especially with their PBs very close apart.
Yeah, that's a really fantastic race showcase for sure. We're not entirely sure what the IGT is for that. Definitely now. Actually, it could be anyone's race in the IGT space. We have no idea.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like it could go either way in terms of IGT, but you know, RTA wise, March is going to take that race just by a slim margin there. But very well done for both runners regardless. But anyways, up next, I believe we have Sonic the Hedgehog 3 All Emeralds glitchless from N0ne20ne. But we'll be seeing that right after this, so stay tuned, folks.
Yeah, take care, guys.